Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday Stock Talk. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. I'm going to go ahead and share my link with everyone in the Discord and in our Investing for Beginners community on Facebook. That way everyone is aware that we are live. And there we go. All right. So QQQ is down 0.84%, almost 1% point, had a huge drop down to 590, and then a really quick recovery back to where it is currently at 602.32. Now it's interesting to see that actually happen here, as there has been a lot of uncertainty in the market over the past couple of days. So yeah, welcome to a live stream. We go live every week on Sunday. If you guys want to participate in the live chat, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And a reminder, it is 100% free to participate in the live chat. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and that's it, guys. Simple as that. Smash the like button for me if this is your first time tuning in, or if you just find value in this. So markets are down slightly, almost 1%, not quite. It's right now, overnight hours, trading is open. It's at 602.56 for the overall NASDAQ market. SPY, or SPY, the S&P 500, is also down about 0.75%, down to $680. It actually didn't pop up as fast as QQQ did, so that's very interesting to see. Bitcoin, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 66,500 and continuing to push up. Now, Bitcoin closed at around, what is this, 65,940, so just shy of 66,000. Had a big drop below once they announced that there was some bombings in Iran that have to do with the US and Israel starting, basically not starting a war, but getting involved with what's going on there. Dropped down to 63,000, rallied all the way up to 68,000 yesterday on Saturday, and then now selling off slightly. It is at 66,500 now. So we do see that kind of consolidating in this area. We'll see if we get a drop below, or if we get a drop, or if we get a push above. But right now, kind of following this trend, this descending trend line pattern. As you see, it had a descending trend line pattern before Friday. This little crosshair is showing Friday close. It did drop down to 62,000 last week. So I'm curious to see what happens if it drops more, or what exactly is going to happen with that. MSTR to 130.50, just slightly above where it closed on Friday after a nice drop down to 126. And again, it was only about 1 minute. This all happened in a 1 minute candle. So it's very interesting to see that playing off here. MSTZ overnight is at 1277, down about 3% currently on our position that we have. So I'm curious to see if Bitcoin continues to sell off more, if the overall NASDAQ market begins to sell off more. I'd love to see more selling pressure, right? We can see lows of 599. Obviously, it just pushed down to 590 and then recovered. That was very odd. So tomorrow's going to be really interesting to see what happens as far as trading goes. It did hit this support level right around, let's use a 5-minute time frame. So it is above that $600 support. We'll see if it holds. Bitcoin pretty much holding above 66,000 currently. MSTR up to 131. Let's see what else is happening. Soundhound selling off down to 790. American Airlines is around just shy of under 13. So that's interesting to see. SoFi's down 4%. Hood's down 2%. Netflix is down 3%. Nvidia is down 0.5%. Amazon's down 1.75%. Google's down 2%. Even Meta is down 1.5%. So it's interesting to see everything slightly selling off, but kind of recovering, honestly. Doing really good job by recovering right now in the market. So if you guys have any stocks, ETFs, or companies you want me to take a look at during this live stream, all you have to do is comment in the live chat. And you can do that. If you're having trouble commenting in the live chat, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and you'll be able to instantly chat in that live stream, okay? In the live chat here. So QQQ trying to push up very nicely. And Bitcoin, again, pushing up, making a new high. Love to see it. We'll see how much this pushes up. This does not validate the trend line at all. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these lines here because now we know where basically the market stands as far as where it closed. It saw this nice rejection area. We made some money not only on these candles, but on a couple of candles below it right before close and in the after hour session. Sold off on Saturday, and I would have loved to participate in this sell-off on Saturday, but it just didn't happen, and then pushed up from 63 to 68,000 very nicely and continuing to push up still. So very interesting to see. MSTZ, our position is down actually pretty dramatically. Still holding, I'm holding about 145 shares overnight hours. Now last Sunday, you guys can watch last week's Sunday Stock Talk. I held overnight for over the weekend, and we were up $189. So that was pretty fantastic to see. Now down about 63 bucks. So not the best area. I mean, I would consider buying once this begins to kind of peak out here. Looks like it's peaking out at around 132. And again, we didn't even get an alert. Hello, Andrew. How are you doing today? So we'll let this run up a little more, maybe to 135, 137, 38, 140. We'll see how high Bitcoin can actually push up. I'd love to see some retracement to the downside, obviously. But yeah, right now it's not looking too good for my MSTZ position. Holy moly. A lot of consolidation around this level. $12.47. Andrew says, great, just got back from dinner with the whole family. It's been so long. It's been so long. Bitcoin pushing up to 67,000. QQQ just kind of hovering around 604.50. MSTR up to 133. I'd love to buy some more down at this level, but it could get a little lower, get down to $12 maybe even $11.50. So we're just going to be patient and hold. And Bitcoin pushed up to 67. Pushed up to 67,000, just like that. Beautiful. So we'll see how high this can go. I'm going to set my alert from 66 to 67,500. And then I'll put this one that's at 67.5 to 6,800. We'll do something like that. Kind of readjust where our alerts are going to be at. Put this one at 66, 65, and 65.5. Yeah, That looks really good right there. So we will see if this holds. If it continues to push up higher, it is definitely possible. MSTR to 133. I'd love to buy some more around this level. I'd love to buy the dip. Right, down $100 so far in this overnight trade. I could still buy, you know, another, maybe another 100. Yeah, another 100 shares or so I could still add to this when it makes sense. But right now, Bitcoin is pumping. MSTR to 132.70. QQQ hovering around 604.74. Soundhound position took a huge hit, but I do still think a rally to $10 will come soon. Definitely possible. What I don't like is that it tested the resistance level, popped up, and it's below that resistance level again. $9 is a pretty common support, or I'm sorry, common resistance to sell off. It's now down to $8. I mean, this can very easily go down to $7. You're almost 50-50, right? 50% chance to go from 8 to 7, 50% chance to go from 8 to 9. So it is back below that moving average on the 4-hour, but on the 1-hour, it seems to be holding decent above that moving average. So that's nice. 30 minutes below it. So we could have seen just a quick little retracement. Very interesting to see how the market's reacting today. I do believe the markets will still continue to sell off. That is just my opinion, though. Let's see here. Why do I think that? Well, we did do a video. I did a video recently on stock market crash coming soon, as far as like the war and stuff going on with Israel and us and Iran and a lot of other people getting involved with that. Saturday, you know, Americans woke up and most of the world woke up to major news in Iran. The U.S. and Israel have begun major combat operations in Iran. Strikes target Iran's supreme leader and president. Iran launches attack on U.S. bases in Kuwait, UAE, and Qatar. Iran launches retaliatory attacks on Israel. And American officials say strikes will continue for days or even weeks. So, you know, this is just the beginning of what is technically now a pretty major event, right? Pretty significant event right now happening in the world. I did do a video on it, so definitely check that out. Let's see here. You know, we're fighting with China with the tariffs, and now we're fighting with Iran. It's insane. Just a lot of stuff happening right now in the markets. GDP still isn't the best. We're in an era of stagflation, so stagflation isn't necessarily the best either. Let's see, what other information do I have for you guys? I know there was something else I wanted to showcase to you all. Wow. I guess I'm just not seeing it. Oh, I know where it is. It's in our Discord. Under, is it off topic chat? Here we go. Khamenei's body has been found and he is confirmed dead. So that is good. Israel says Iran's supreme leader is no longer here. Donald Trump tweeted this. So, I mean, that helps a little. You guys can pause if you want and read that. I'm not going to read all of it for you. So we'll see. We'll see how the markets react. It looks like it's reacting in somewhat of a not really positive way, but it's like kind of neutral, right? It sold off for just a moment down to 590 and then quick recovery back up to 604.55. So don't like how quickly it recovered above 600, but 600 has been a key support for quite some time. Bitcoin also tested that 62,000 on Saturday. So there's literally nothing we could have done about that on Saturday. And pushing above that moving average on the 1 hour time frame. So it is back above that moving average and above the moving average on the 30-minute time frame. So very interested to see. I am continuing to hold my position on MSTZ down about 100 bucks. Nothing too crazy. Might consider adding more to it here at this level. I might wait to see if it goes up to 135, maybe even 137, because usually it does retrace around that level. There's a lot of resistance around 135 through 140. So I'd love to see what happens with that. But yeah, I think I'm going to hold my shares until tomorrow's live stream to see basically what happens. Had a really good weekend with the family, and honestly, it was like right before the weekend, right? We went out Wednesday night, Thursday all day, Thursday night, Friday all day, and then came home Friday afternoon, and it was really cool. We had a great day, a great couple days out and about. I got to trade in two different locations, one being at a hotel, so that was a lot of fun. We were able to lock in some profits, which you guys can see here, right? These are the videos I made over the weekend. Basically, new lows coming for Bitcoin, stock market rally. We did shorting Bitcoin, made $96 in 1 hour of trading. We made $360 in profit last week, and I did a whole kind of vlog on the last 2 days. But $360 in a week, not too bad. And then of course the U.S. and Israel launched major attack on Iran. So these two videos did really well. And so did this one right here. 2.2 thousand views in 5 days. New lows for Bitcoin coming. Michael Saylor has lost $9 billion in Bitcoin. This one just passed 100. And then, of course, I wanted to give you guys an update here. The $2,000 small account challenge. I forgot to post this, but we crossed over $3,000. So we're now currently up $1,100 on a $2,000 account in about a month and a half. Again, I was supposed to post this like the middle of February. I think it was like February 23rd, something like that. So we were able to make over just shy of $1,200 in about 6 weeks, I'd say, maybe 6-7 weeks, something like that. So not doing bad. And then with the $360 that we have now, we're currently up like 3,500, 3,600 right now. So we're getting ready to cross over even $4,000, which is coming up very soon. So that's fantastic. Can't wait to see what happens there. Bitcoin beginning to kind of descend a little. We'll see if we get more selling pressure throughout the night. I'd love to see that happen. Potentially get back below this moving average here for some more descending, action. But again, it doesn't have to happen. So, and it looks like there's really not anybody on the live stream tonight. So we're gonna keep this really short tonight. Let you guys get back with your friends and family, or just back to whatever it is you guys want to do. Usually we have a lot more people show up to these live streams. I host them every week on Sunday. Sunday night at 6 p.m. the same time every week. So yeah, we did a giveaway last week. We were hitting double digits on the live stream. I think we had like 14 or 15 people watching, which was fantastic. but it doesn't seem like we're even getting close to that tonight. And that's okay. Not every night is going to be like that. And I can actually switch this to red because the stock market is in the red, right? So it's down to 604.29. So what is our game plan for this week? Well, we are going to be probably trading the exact same thing. I want to make sure Bitcoin sells off. If it does, we'll be trading MSTZ for that push above. Hopefully seeing, $13 again, maybe even $14, $15 or even $16 as Bitcoin begins to sell off. If Bitcoin begins to push up to that $70,000 mark, 69,900, then, we'll let it push up. But it looks like it's been trading within this range for the last couple of days. Pushed down to 62, pushed up to 69.9, which you could pretty much say 70,000. Came back down to 62, and just kind of going back and forth with that. So if you could short it at 70, lock in profits around 62, 63, then you're doing a pretty good job trading Bitcoin, right? So again, MSTR. Look at this green candle. This is insane. What an insane candle. 30-minute candle pushed all the way down to 126 and then pushed right back up. That is insane. And even though it pushed up to it sold off to 126, MSTZ barely even moved. Pushed up to 1318, which was like literally nothing. Let's see, what's my average? 1317. So literally a break-even trade. If I would have sold right at that level. So pretty crazy to see. We're gonna wait and see what happens with Bitcoin. But yeah, as far as game plan, that's kind of what we're doing. We're expecting the market to sell off more. We'll see if it does. But what a crazy move here by QQQ. Everything else pretty much is in the red. I don't see a single thing in the green except for SQQQ, and of course that's shorting the market, right, from 71 to 73. So yeah. I guess that's where we're gonna end the live stream, guys. Not really a lot going on. So I hope to see you guys in our morning live stream where we trade live with our LTE team. That's our Learn to Earn team. That's the only team that I actually trade with on a daily basis. I'll be live Monday through Friday trading again this week. Last week we locked in $360. The week before I think it was like $220. The week before that it was like $180. The week before that was like $240 or $250. So we're consistently locking in a decent amount of money. For all of you who don't know, my daily goal is to lock in at least $100 to $200 per day. And if we can do that on a consistent basis, then we can literally make some decent money. We can make, if it's $100 a day, we can make $500 a week or $2,000 a month or about $25,000 a year. If we make $200 a day average, we can average about $1,000 a week in profits or about $4,000 a month in profits or around $50,000 a year. So my goal is between $100 and $200 per day. And also we are putting together our Learn to Earn Academy course where you will be able to have basically an A to Z lesson library to take you from knowing nothing about the stock market to knowing enough to be confident and comfortable taking your first trade, also how to be more consistent as a trader, and you'll also that's what we're working on now. So we don't have a lot of spots left. I think we have about 250 spots left before we cross over 1,000 members. Once we hit 1,000 members in the free Discord, I'll be transferring everyone over to a private Discord where you will get access to our live day trading sessions every day moving forward. a archive of over 2 years plus of past live day trading sessions that you can watch at your convenience. The A to Z learn to earn lesson library, and being able to work with me one-on-one, direct message me, ask me questions, etc., and actually be able to get involved with over 1,000 members who all want to do the same thing, and that's learn how to make money more consistently in the stock market. So we have a lot of great content coming your way. I believe we'll be releasing this course and going to the paid Discord probably by the end of this month in March, or potentially by April 1st, April 2nd, something like that. It's kind of my deadline. The free Discord will still be up and running and available. I won't be doing anything or changing anything about it. You'll still have access to hundreds and hundreds of videos of my past live streams, but moving forward I will no longer be posting those live day trading sessions in the free Discord. They'll only be in the paid Discord. So about 250 spots left. Get in now while it's free. You'll never get charged in the future. If you get it now, that'll lock in your spot for all future paid programs and content. And if you don't, and you wait until April and you didn't get in, you will have to pay a small fee, a one-time membership for lifetime access. So you might as well take advantage and get in now. Maybe you're kind of interested in stocks but not too sure, but why not lock in your spot now? That way 5-10 years down the line, if you do want to take it more serious, I'll still be here live trading, and you'll have that free access to your advantage later on. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note, and do me a favor, smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. So other than that, quick update, markets really haven't done much. Looks like it's kind of consolidating around 604, and Bitcoin is beginning to sell off and retrace back to 66,500. We'll see how low it can go. Fully recovered. At one point we were down 100. Now we're only down about $58 on my swing trade on MSTZ. Remember, MSTZ is a short position on MSTR. So I'm betting, or at least wanting or thinking, that MSTR could sell off lower than where it is now due to Bitcoin potentially selling off with it. So holding 145 shares of MSTZ, and I don't believe I'll be adding any more to it. I guess I could have added 100 shares here at 1234, probably about my average down, where at this point I'm probably pretty much break even. But again, I'll have buying power for the morning to be able to use if Bitcoin begins selling off more. Then I can lock in profits. If Bitcoin begins to push up higher, then I could wait and buy MSTZ at a lower price point. So that's kind of my game plan for this week, just watching Bitcoin and watching MSTZ and MSTR levels, and making sure that I get a good entry on a short for Bitcoin. So yeah, that's really about it. Really short session here. It doesn't seem like anybody else wants to share any of their thoughts or any of their ticker symbols with me, and that's okay. There's no reason for it. It is the beginning of the month, and we're hoping to lock in another $500 this week. So looking forward to trading with you all tomorrow. I wish you all a great rest of your evening, and if you're tuning in now, then definitely go back and watch the beginning of this live stream. So thank you for your time, and you guys have a great day.